Got him. That was the fastest hunt ever. I give up. I give up. I'm too fat for this crap. I can't even get close. Every frickin' antelope I see acts like they've seen this decoy before, and they're just gone. I get within 200 yards and they won't even bother. It's still fun. But gosh, I just need a break. My standards went from shooting a giant, tall, big curls, big cutters, to shooting my decoy here in a minute. Dude, we had words before. I don't know what's going on with you, but something is definitely going on. It's like he's looking around the corner now. I don't know. I can't win. I'm just... Whoo! Stay hopeful, stay positive, have faith, say my prayers, eat shit.
That's a big nope for me. I thought sure it was a rattler. Just a bull snake. Never fails, right where I want to be. Somebody beats me to it. Yuck. It's getting hot as hell out here today. Nope. That's a big ass nope for me. He's only probably about 15 inches long. I don't care. Nope. Look just like a rattler. Ew.
buck spotted way out across that field. If you can see in the background, there's a herd of cows way out there. Well, there's an antelope out there too. I cannot tell how big. Big enough that I can see that he's probably close to 3/4 of a mile from the road. But I can see his horns, so I'm going to try it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film anything. I've got a GoPro. I don't know if I'm going to turn it on or not. Literally, this is a long freaking hike, and I have got to get back there. This wind is super crazy, and it's clouding up like crazy. Like usual, never rains until I get here. If you can see back here, it's turning dark. It's starting to spit rain a little bit, but I'm not chancing it. I have got to go after this buck. To me, it looks like he's all by himself. I can't really tell. I've watched him for the last 15-20 minutes, and he's just hanging out right up there with them cattle. If you can see up there, my camera's got so much dust on it. You can't see him up there. He's way there. But I'm going to go for a hike. I'm going to take the heads-up decoy. It's going to be hell trying to hold that decoy up in this wind. But if I can stay behind that thing, I'm going to go as far as I can. In this wind, I'm comfortable shooting about 60 yards if I have to. But in this wind, not a chance in hell. I don't want to. Unless he's straight downwind. That's not going to happen. I keep looking out across this dirt field over here. I saw a really good trophy buck out there earlier. I don't even remember if I filmed him or not. If I did, I'll add some video. But to me, it was a trophy. Big forks, everything I want, but just too far downwind in a dirt field where there was no way to get up on him, really. I come down here trying to turn around to go back to try to get eyes on him, see if I can come up in this grass patch. And then I noticed this buck out there. I just stopped the glass for 2 seconds, and this dust is horrible. But I gotta quit talking and go after this bad boy. Come along. shot him right in the throat. He's He's like running us. There he goes. He's down. Freaking down. Just any of this subject. The wind is so crazy. I had him at 58 yards. And then he kind of started trotting in. He stopped right there. I couldn't even grab my camera. He was standing right here. When he peeked around the side of the decoy, he was probably, I put him for 40. I think he was like 30. I don't know. I had it on his neck. He was like frontal coming at me. I thought, oh hell, I'm just going to drop him right there. Let's see what happens, man. Sorry for the wind, y'all. It is crazy. Oh, you couldn't hear me at all. I just saw that decoy. Was coming in. I got him. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Lightning. I gotta hurry and get out of here. He's pretty. Big hole in the neck. He's got little hooks. Little cutters. It's not too bad. It's raining coming from Colorado. There's rain over here, and I'm on a mud road, so I have got to hurry. I hate cutting this short. Look at that. Trailing and fishing outdoors. There's nothing like stalking antelope. He's pretty. Nice old mane. Hell yeah. Alright, so I gotta get packed up and get him out of here so I can get off this road. Then that broadhead went clear through his neck, all the way out. He ran out here, spun in a circle. I wish I'd have had the camera rolling on that. I brought GoPros to try it this time, but with this rain and this weather, I didn't think I'd ever get up on him. And how neat is that? He's pretty, ain't he? Definitely no monster. But I'm happy. Thanks to Steph letting me use the old, her center point. That's like the third antelope I've killed with that bow. Montana heads up decoys, you rock. September, baby. Gotta love the rut. I just seen a hell of a lot bigger buck down the road on another piece of walk-in, but I don't care. I love it. He is gorgeous. He's definitely pretty. I didn't even think he had little curls, but I'll take him. Well, I better get him tagged and get out of here. I could talk all day, but it's definitely coming. What's funny is not a half mile over the hill in the same pastures where I shot my buck last year. How cool is that, y'all? Thank you, thank you, thank you for staying tuned. And remember, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Trailing and Fishing Outdoors. Yes, I'm yelling. This wind has got to be 50, 60 miles an hour. Battled storms. I don't know how many nights this last week. Couldn't be happier. Thank you, guys. That awesome, beautiful buck. He's pretty, man. Thank you, guys. Check it out, y'all. Looks like I made it out of there in the nick of time. It is flat freaking pouring over there now. Woo-hoo! Man, I got him out of there. Packed out as fast as I possibly could. My number one concern was my camera and my well-being, because I'm in a car, and it don't matter if I'm in a four-wheel drive truck out here. You all hear me talk about the roads when it's nasty. I finally got to Blacktop. Got some blood on me. That's a hellacious cloud right there. The shitty part is that's right over camp. Man, we all know what happened a few nights ago. Oh man, that looks bad. I don't know if it just went over camp. I can see the elevator where camp is. I don't know if you can see that or not. It looks like it just went over it. I'm hoping it's beyond it. It's raining here now. I lost my tent and everything. I just thought about it, that my shield thing for the top of my tent, I took it off this morning to air it out and let it dry. and I never put it back on because there was nothing in the forecast about rain. I don't think a weatherman knows anything out here. Like, every app on my phone that shows weather showed 0 precipitation. One had a 10% chance. I think that might have been Hunt Stand or Nearcast, one of the two. Check that out. It is flat. Getting it over there, man. Oh, it's gonna be a long night again. Damn. Damn. Try to head back to my deer hunting spot and see if I can get on a deer now. Probably just wait and head out in the morning, but damn, I don't want to have to go through this again tonight. The other night was just absolutely horrible. It's happened a couple of times, but that first night was just absolutely unbearable. That was crazy. But that is really coming down, man. And that's the way I gotta go. So, oh boy, we'll see. But I apologize for the footage. I probably didn't get any footage. I didn't even take my GoPro because the rain was coming. The wind was 500 miles an hour. I knew I was going to have trouble with that decoy, but I had no idea that it would be that bad. You try holding that thing up, it's like holding a kite in front of you. Like holding a kite in front of you, or like it's tied to you and you're about to get blown the frick away, man. That was so intense. That buck, he had saw the decoy at probably, I don't know, he really acted like he's seen it about 200, 250 yards out there. He didn't even seem like he cared when I was about 3, but when I got under 300 yards, he just like turned and started kind of standing there facing me. And then he just started walking, like not really coming or nothing, just like, I mean, not coming in hot, but he was coming. So I just kind of held tight for a minute. And then he stopped. He shook his head a couple times. I don't know if he was wanting to fight or what, but he was the only buck that showed any signs of wanting to, you know, stand his ground. I've been on him all freaking day, and earlier I didn't get any footage at all, but I shot at one of the biggest freaking antelope I've ever shot at. I know he was too far, and I know the wind was just absolutely crazy, but I had to try it. And most people, you know, you don't do that. That's unethical. Damn it, I had to try it. Everybody's been there. I don't care who you are. He was out there pretty dang far. And I know that bow will reach out there, but I just put it a little high. I never even seen my arrow. It probably went behind me as hard as the wind was blowing. But he stood there after I shot and then took off, and all I saw was dust. Had about 20 does with him. But, oh, God. He'd have been mounted, I ain't lying. He was definitely really tall and really heavy. I didn't see any curls on him, but he had some wicked prongs. I'm sure he had curls, but he was tall, man. But I'm happy with the one I got. I've been very blessed out here antelope hunting. The trick is to come out here way before season and scout and scout and scout. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, those antelope are going to be in the same area every year. Like, yeah, the weather changes, the climate changes, farming changes, the drought. There's all the different, you know, precautions that you got to take when you're trying to hunt muzzleloader, rifle, archery. I don't know how anybody in their right mind could do it with a compound, let alone anything else, but damn, the crossbow is awesome because, I mean, it's like a gun. It is so freaking cool, so freaking accurate. But he was coming right at me, and I shot a frontal shot, which I don't do very often unless I'm, you know, hunting deer with a rifle or something. I'll shoot him in the throat. No problem. But I figured those damn broadheads, he's coming right at me, and he got, I don't remember if he was 48 or 58 when I last ranged him. And he came at least another 10 yards and was coming right at the decoy, and he kind of cocked his head like a damn buck deer, put his ears back, and he was coming to that decoy. I kind of wonder what he would have done if I wouldn't have shot, if he would have took me or what. But look at that back here, if you can see it. It's probably bad lighting. But that was really neat. I'll never forget that. Thanks to Steph for letting me use her bow. bow. Sighted it in before I came out here, but the trigger pull is just very uncomfortable. I do not like it. It's I forget what it is, but it's 425 or 409 feet per second. Hell, I don't know. But anyways, a compound bow would be fun as hell if you weren't filming yourself. But crossbow, it's kind of hard with that damn, when the wind's blowing like that. Oh my gosh. But the wind has been blowing since I got here, absolutely non-stop. I can't even muster how bad the wind has blown. All my apps, you know, have told me that it's going to be windy, but it didn't say anything about precipitation. And that looks like I can see the elevator in the rain. And that's where camp is, that way. So, wish me luck, y'all. I'll let you know if I make it safe. And if camp's still there in one piece. Whew, well, alright, y'all. I tell you what, that scared me. I've been at it as fast as I could drive that poor old grandma's car trying to get out here. You could see it yourself in the distance. It was absolutely just, the clouds were dark as all get out, flat, getting it. It was pouring rain. I got out of there because it was pouring where I was at. And literally I was driving as fast as the poor old car could handle these old dirt roads. The rain was coming and it was just starting to get soft, and it doesn't take much at all to just slide off the road out here. So I was trying to get off that mud lane as fast as I can and back to the highway. And I did, Well, made it back, y'all. Thank God tent's still in one piece, camp's in one piece. It rained like a sumbitch. Moment I got back to camp, you all saw it. It was storming like crazy. I had to get out of there as fast as I could. It looked like it was getting dark. It wasn't getting dark. I quartered that antelope up. I had, mind you, I had my tripod, had my camera, had my vortex, which are strapped to me, so that don't count, I guess. But I had my tripod, my camera, had my crossbow, had my decoy. Then I got an antelope. And, of course, I'm not packing my backpack again. It just gets so hot out here, and most of the time I'll carry it. Sometimes I don't because I've just got so much crap on. But I decided all day, leave it back in the car. So I had to fly as fast as I can back to the car, take my bow, take my camera, grab my pack, run all the freaking way 3/4 of a mile back in there, cut that bad boy up, get him cleaned up as fast as I can. I could see the rain coming. It's starting to spit rain. Reminded me of my deer hunt a couple years ago out here. It happened so fast, like the hunt didn't. It was epic. I should have had awesome footage, but in the desert, where there's always a drought out here. The skies are not cloudy all day. No shit. They, sun comes out, clouds go away until I get here and I get settled on an antelope or a deer, and I'm in the back roads where there is no sort of gravel at all. This time I'm in a 98 Ford Taurus. Absolutely nuts. It started clouding up. It started raining. I'm on one of the worst dirt tracks, literally, that leads to a field, and then another field, another crop. It's all walk-in hunting on each side, but there's a dirt lane that goes through the middle of them, and walk-in hunting here, walk-in hunting here. How I got lucky enough to get the hell in there and then hike 3/4 of a mile, I will never know how I got up on that thing. The wind was blowing so bad that I literally had to just walk right at the stupid antelope with the decoy on my side, kind of like where he could see me in front of the decoy. It was the only way I could walk until I got within 300 yards, and then I kind of started to hide behind it because it took all I had to hang on to that decoy with that wind blowing like that. It was freaking insane, y'all. But I get in there, I get packed up, I get everything out as fast as I can. I'm dying, mind you. I didn't have my water with me because it was in my pack. Well, on the first trip, I took one swig of water bottle in the car. That thing was 500 degrees. Tastes like I was drinking water for hot chocolate. Anyways, I need to slow down. I'm just on cloud 9 right now. I go hiking back in as quickly as I can. I got my knife, thank God. I couldn't find it, was panicking about that. I go back in there, and there comes a dove flying right over camp. One thing, there's a lot of doves out here. But I get back up there. I don't have, for one, I got a Bluetooth little remote clicker deal for one of my cameras. You can run my phone on a separate tripod to film every angle, and I've been obsessing about that for the last couple of months. Like, I want to get better footage, and trying to be self-filmed is absolutely the hardest thing to do when you're a bow hunter and antelope. I need to just try to focus my camera on the antelope instead of at my angle, so I've got a second tripod that will hold it. All I have to do is push the remote, but you have to fidget with shit. I can't fidget with shit and keep my eyes on the critter. I just can't do it. Every time I do it, I blow it. I did it earlier today just with the one camera, and I blew it. I don't know what happened. There were two little dinky bucks, but I was getting kind of desperate, and as Ross said, I was like, hey, Ross, man, you know, my 7-year-old, I was like, Ross, I seen him the night before I left to come out here, and I was like, how big a buck you think I'm going to get out there this year? And he goes, thinks I won't kill a spike. So I guess a baby antelope is considered a spike because they didn't have no prongs, they didn't have no curls. But I was sure thinking about smoking one. I'm bow hunting. Now, bow hunting is completely different than hunting with a muzzleloader. Kind of. I mean, I could have killed more with a muzzleloader last year than this year, probably. I could have killed I don't really know. I could have killed the one I shot. And then I could have shot at the one that I shot. I shot at a really big buck earlier, really, really far. But muzzleloader probably could have smoked him. But anyways, what I was saying, I got off track and I apologize. You saw the weather. It was moving in so fast. That poor car hasn't driven like that. Should never be driven like that. Yikes. But, freaking, I get settled, get back in the vehicle, got to Antelope, all quartered up, in backpack. One trip, Antelope ain't big. Felt like I was somebody coming across that field, you know? He's definitely not big like I expected. But, oh well, you know? He's definitely nice, and to me, hey, it's a $50 tag. There's a rabbit. But I get back to camp, right? I am flying down the highway. It is storming like crazy. You could see it on the footage I'll show you. I get to camp. The wind has done nothing but blow since I got to western Kansas. I'm talking 50, 60 mile an hour winds nonstop. It just doesn't stop. It's crazy. I get here, I'm at camp. Rain came through. It was pouring right over here behind the co-op, the elevator. It was pouring right here on the highway. There's a very slight little breeze. The tent still stands. Table's soaking wet. I didn't have my rain shield on top, so I haven't really went inside yet to see how wet everything is, but it's still standing. I can always take it out and dry it out tomorrow. But if my bed is wet, I ain't gonna be very happy. And it's right underneath it, so we shall see. But I do want to give one shout out here. Y'all seen how bad I had battled that storm the other night. Well, I had taken a trip to up north to Goodland, which is quite a drive from where I'm at. But I had taken a trip up there because out in this area, it is the closest thing to an actual big town, decent town, that's got, you know, Walmart, McDonald's. I know what that sounded like, but we'll have to edit that out. But it has a Walmart, Tractor Supply. So I swing in there, and I've got a whole list of stuff I need. Buddy Kevin and Austin, they swear by these dude wipes. You know, I ain't got no shower out here, and when you're out here as long as I am and it's dusty and the pollen and everything, a shower is quite nice. So they've been preaching about dude wipes. And I'm like, you know what? I need to go for some refreshments. McDouble. And I fly clear up to Goodland. I get in there, trying to get a few things. Oh, shit. And it was at that moment I knew that I beeped up. My main number one reason I went up there was for big tent stakes, so my tent don't blow away. Guess what I didn't get? I got deodorant. I got 4 boxes of 410 shells for Rossman, my boy. I got some 50 caliber bullets for one of my CVA rifles at home. I got no tent stakes. I got no dude wipes. But I'm in the sporting goods because that's the first place an outdoorsman would normally go. So I walk in, I'm looking around sporting goods, picking some things up, and I look up and I'm like, well, by God, that guy looks really familiar, but I am hundreds of miles from home. Like, mind you, I'm way the hell out here, as far in western Kansas as I could almost possibly be. And this guy, we make eye contact, and I'm like, he's like, oh my God, that's Doc Hink with Trail and a Vision Outdoors. And I'm like, oh my God, it's really you. It's a Facebook buddy, Evan Murray, lives in Toronto, Kansas, way the hell across the state, even farther down southeast Kansas than I am. How in the hell? Like, I've talked to him for the last few years through Facebook. I've seen him on I think he had posted a picture years ago of a muzzleloader doe that he had shot with an old cap and ball rifle. And I absolutely, if you know, I love cap and ball hunting. It's just traditional. It's badass. Excuse my language. I love it. So I admired that, there was a fellow hunter that was into black powder. So we become Facebook friends. Never met in person. I was out west turkey hunting back in April. And the craziest thing is, we were hunting a piece of walk-in hunting on the same track as each other. We'd never met. We've talked many, many times, but we'd never met person to person. We didn't even know that we were hunting the same track until he had asked me if I was out west turkey hunting, and I'm like, yeah. He was like, well, I'm actually headed home now because we'd filled our tags. And long story short, I sent him a couple Onyx pins where I was hunting at, because there was a lot of birds. And usually I don't like to brag or tell people where I'm hunting. Evan seems like a cool guy. It's always the cool guys that'll screw you over, though, and steal your hunting spots. But anyways, I dropped him a couple pins. I don't believe he got on any birds, damn it. But I run into him and his wife at Walmart. And how freaking wild is that? We stood there, probably an hour just bullshitting. And it just made my day. I forgot everything I went to Walmart for except deodorant. But I go out in the parking lot. He tells me that he's got something for me. He gives me 2 pounds of frozen hamburger meat, which I'm about to cook up here in camp tonight. Which was just downright so appreciated. Evan, you guys, you and your missus, I don't even know if I know what your wife's name is. But I want to give a shout out to you guys. It was such an honor to meet you. I really would enjoy you guys, jumping in and being part of our show. Like, share, and subscribe and get more followers. But anyways, I can't do that like everybody else. I really appreciate Evan and his wife. You guys, it was such an honor to finally meet you in person. I want to thank you for almost buying me lunch this morning. That was really kind of you. So I had told him that I was running over to McDonald's to get a couple of McDoubles for the road because I'm that far from civilization. I wanted lunch, and I've got some different brands of Mountain House. I have got to try that still. But I've got these different kinds of like Mountain House meals that Steph had bought me. But McDonald's was kind of easier and more convenient, since it's right there and all. So I go over to McDonald's. Well, they cut me off, and they get in line in front of me. And they're heading back to Toronto, like 6-7 hours away. I go rolling in, driveway, they're in front of me. As they go through, the guy on the intercom asks what I want, and I tell him I want 2 McDoubles, large fry, and a large Coke. Celebrate, you know? Sir, it's only breakfast time. We don't have lunch for another half hour. And I'm like, it's 11:30. Who doesn't have lunch at 11:30? Well, my car still has, our central time. I'm in Eastern Mountain Zone. I'm in the Mountain Zone now, so we're an hour earlier. Hell, I didn't know that. I looked at the phone, and I'm like, well, I'm so confused right now. Well, Evan had texted me that his wife had tried to pay for my meals, but I had pulled out of line, so they paid for some gentleman behind me. So whoever you are, thank her. Well, thank you guys anyways. I appreciate it. We need to get together and do some hunting. This trip has been exciting so far. I am going to pack up camp first thing in the morning, and I am going to fly my happy butt back to my other kind of little more east of where I'm at now, and see if I can find that big muley buck that I had spotted when I came out here scouting. Or even that little 4x4 that I've got film of, because that sucker, he wasn't big, but he was dark, chocolate colored horns, beautiful buck, walks 5 feet behind me. I mean, I could have reached out and just walked him. But, I don't know, I found the absolute craziest thing today. I'm driving down the road, spotting for antelope, and I see this black thing flapping in the road in the ditch in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's nothing but dirt and grass. I see this thing flapping, and I'm like, somebody lost something. Well, we'd had these horrific winds overnight and all day today. And as I pull up, I'm like, oh shit. It was somebody's pop-up blind. I stop and I look around. There was absolutely nowhere that I could physically see where anybody would even remotely have a blind or be hunting over. There was nothing there. So I don't know how far this blind got picked up in the wind and blown out there in the fence. But if, for any reason, whoever is either muzzleloader deer hunting or antelope hunting in northwest Kansas lost a blind, if you can identify what road remotely, what area you lost your blind in, I will gladly try to work it out to get it back to you somehow, because I know how it is losing something. It's I don't even know if it's in any good. I'm gonna pop it up here in a minute and just see if it's it looks like the barbed wire ripped it up pretty good, but I mean, hell, it looks like it might be one of the see-through blinds. I'm not sure, but I know how it feels to lose a blind. Absolutely sucks. But the barbed wire stopped it, that's for sure. And my car is so loaded down, I don't know how I'm physically going to get it in my car when I pack everything up. So this will be quite interesting. I might see if there's like a Facebook, any kind of Facebook group thing out here. I can make a post and see if anybody happened to lose one. And if they can identify where at, I would gladly try to get it back to them while I'm still here. But take care, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to Trail and a Vision Outdoors this week. I hope you enjoyed the footage. Definitely was not my best antelope footage this year. I got out here, I just was not feeling that great. I mean, physically feeling alright, just emotionally kind of drained. I started feeling kind of off on the way out here. Like, it just doesn't feel the same as it usually does. Probably because I'm staying in a tent and I've been stressing the whole entire time that I was going to lose it in, the Wizard of Oz. But it's been great so far. I did shoot at 2 antelope. One would have been mounted on my wall. It was huge, and I don't have no pictures, no footage, so it never happened. But that son of a buck was big. But y'all take care. Stay tuned for the next episode. Hopefully it's me putting a smack down on a big old Kansas muley.